What's up, everybody? It is Wired In with Segun, along with my beautiful co-host, the hot mama, Nora. We are televised. The revolution will be televised, and joining us, the beautiful, talented, Price is Right spokesmodel, mother, wife, and star of TBS's first reality show, Meet the Smiths, Gwendolyn Osborne Smith.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Good. Nice to be with you guys again.
Look at us. We're moving on up.
One big happy family.
We're moving
I know.
on up.
I love it.
So talk to us.
Good lighting and everything.
now the lighting is good. Now the lighting is good. Like, you ever walk around in bad lighting? You walk around with your own light, people.
I would if I could.
Talk to us about, you've just wrapped the first season of your show,
Yes.
Meet the Smiths.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was extremely fulfilling for me. I feel like, I've been almost like a statue for 20 years of my life to the public. People get to look at me and see me smile. And then, that's about it. And that's nice.
Because you're on The Price is Right?
Because I'm on The Price is Right. And because, as a model, it's about, your best assets. And mine's always been about me being happy and smiley and being a commercial model. So that's been great and all, but I do have a lot more behind me. And, of course, number one being a mother and a wife. So here we are in my household. You get to really see the real me and all that I do behind the scenes. And that was actually, very satisfying for me.
What's it like having cameras in your house 24/7, just following you everywhere you go?
It was something to be prepared for, and it was something to get used to. It took a couple days. The first day you're like, oh, maybe we can't do this.
So you had doubts as
because it's not just about me and it's not just about Kenny, and we're both used to being in front of the camera, and we're both used to improvising, on the spot. Me with Drew Carey and him with the other three silly guys on his show.
Your husband being Kenny Smith from Inside the NBA on TNT.
That's right. So, it was about making sure that the magic happened, for the camera between me and him, and between us and the children. That's natural. And between each other, with them, the kids, we wanted them to feel comfortable, and I didn't want to push them. So it just took a couple days. And then after that, all of the magic started happening by itself.
So you're married to a two-time NBA champion, an Emmy-winning TNT commentator, and sometimes you probably get the stigma of being Kenny Smith's wife. But do you feel like...
Most of the time.
Do you feel like after doing the show that now the world has gotten a glimpse? Because you're so much more than Kenny Smith's wife. You're Gwendolyn, and you have a lot of attributes and a lot to offer. Do you feel like the world now has gotten a glimpse into who Gwendolyn is?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's, a big part of why I feel, fulfilled with it, because... they always say there's a great woman behind a great man. And here I am. Yes, they do.
That's what they say.
If they know what they're talking about.
That's right. So, I mean, it's like nobody can do anything alone. One of the main things I've learned from my husband is that, he is a successful guy, and he does things in different ways than I do. And what he's always taught me is you cannot do it alone. You need a team. And I think that is number one that's shown on Meet the Smiths.
The episodes are airing, and in this age we live in, Twitter, social media, people are live tweeting as they're watching.
Yes.
What was that like as people are either critiquing or commending what they're seeing, and it's your life?
Well, because of you, Segun, I was prepared for the haters.
Well, I mean,
Segun's a full-time hater.
I do have my hater badge on most days.
But I will say there was probably only about 2 tweets in the whole season that were anything negative. Everything was absolutely positive, loving, funny, happy, enjoyable, and so that feels great, to know that everybody's having a great time watching the show. And when the 6th episode aired, everybody was looking for the next one. Everybody was tweeting, "Where is it? We're here. It's Friday night, 9:00, TBS, and there's no Meet the Smiths." So that actually felt really good because everybody's waiting. They're waiting for season 2, and so am I. Let's go.
Is there season 2?
We're waiting for the green light. We're just waiting.
That is awesome to hear. So now you become more. You become more than just the mother, more than just the wife, more than the spokesmodel, more than the reality TV star. you keep adding all of these different pieces into your empire. What's the next step? Whether they greenlight season 2, what are you going to springboard onto next? Your own fashion line, makeup? Because on the show, I know I was seeing you look fashionable. You've always, you're wearing outfits. What's next for you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was always in workout clothes on the show, and they noticed that as well. And so I would love to be able to create a line that's fashionable but affordable for every mom, and it doesn't even have to be for moms, but it's like so many women are walking around in workout pants and leggings all the time, because you can go from here to there and do your errands and still put on a pair of boots or change it to sneakers, and I just want to be able to put out a line that everybody can afford and is feeling comfortable and fashionable in.
But specifically for mothers or for women, or it does it for everybody? I
mean, it would definitely be for women, because I'm a woman, in case you didn't notice.
I didn't have never noticed.
Woman. But yeah, it would definitely be for women, and it could be for mothers as well as, the regular everyday woman.
Do you feel that regular everyday women were able to relate to your issues or your problems that you have in real life? Because as we've said, you've got this great marriage, you've got this great life, you're on TV. Outside of Kenny, you're on TV every week. Mm-hmm. You've got these beautiful children. They are doing amazing things. Do you think that other women who could relate to that a lot of the times you're just a mom, you got to work with your daughter, you got sick kids? What did you find with that?
Absolutely. No matter what I've got going on with my work, whatever it is, I just felt like number one is that I'm a mom, and a mom is a mom, and I'm there for my children. I have to be there for my husband, and that is what most mothers and wives have to do. And I'm dealing with the same issues that they are. We're dealing with discipline, and I'm dealing with, college applications, dealing with college graduates. I'm dealing with preschool applications in preschool. I'm dealing with my child getting sick and not being able to go to school and staying home and figuring out how do I do that and go to work. So I definitely feel like I'm relatable. And after being on air, so many women of so many different ages have come up to me and talked to me about how did you do that with the bathroom? Did you really go behind Kenny's back and smash the bathroom? Because I really want to get a new bathroom too. And so I feel like, they're regular everyday issues in everybody's house that they deal with. And I just put a funny spin on it,
And I want you to talk a little bit about, because you mentioned how a lot of women related to you, but a lot of young girls now relate to you, and you're speaking to some of these young moms about your path and helping them. Tell us about that.
Yes, I'm on the board for the Champion Fund of the Los Angeles Children's Hospital here in LA. And that is my passion, because I was a teen mom, and I want to make sure that every girl who goes through the same thing as a teen mother knows to keep their head up, keep their chin up. Don't ever feel less than because you are a young mother, because no matter what, you should always know that you are, an amazing woman to be able to carry a child and raise one, and always look at it in a positive way. I'm definitely not encouraging anybody to become a teen mom, but I want them to know that if that does happen, it's not the end of the world. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. If you have dreams, you should create more dreams and believe in them and work hard to make them happen, because I am here to show you that it can happen.
You have daughters.
Yes.
Okay. You have 2 daughters of your own that you gave birth to. You have an adopted daughter, Kenny's daughter. So you have a stepdaughter. So with 3 girls of varying ages, how do you talk to them about your experience? Because sometimes when we're talking to strangers or we're talking to, people on the outside, we can say stuff, but when it's our own kid, we're so kind of like, I don't want you having sex. Close your legs. You wear a chastity belt. Just say no. How do you talk to your daughters?
I don't say any of those things. I definitely don't. I've always been like a keep it real type of mom. And I've just always been really open. I've just said, look, you're going to get advice from everybody around you. When you start turning, when you start getting into puberty and you start having questions and, all these wonders are going through your mind. It's like, I'm here. I've been there. I've been through many circumstances, probably most I shouldn't have been through. And I'm here, and I want you to know that I'm going to give you answers from a very caring, genuine, don't want anything back from you point of view. So if you want that, I'm here for you. And if you ever get confused, don't worry. always give them a non-judgmental type of situation. They always know they can come to me, and if they don't want me to say anything to Kenny, I have to respect that. And I'm just here, you know, and I've had some situations, you know. Monique, my 19-year-old, is in college right now, and she's a freshman this year, and she's had a couple of situations, you know, and yeah, a couple of situations.
Momo on Front Street.
And, you know, you're just not sure how to handle it. You're not sure if you handled it right, if it did happen. And her and her friends came, and we talked, and, you know, we talked it through, and that was it. And as long as they feel like they have a safe place to go, then I'm happy.
Because you have a daughter who is the same age that you were when you gave birth to her.
Yes. I have a 2-year-old. And so my 2-year-old is basically the same age difference as me and Monique, you know, to Monique. So, you know, they get to see what it's like firsthand. Like, here you go. You want to know what it's like if you get pregnant and have a child? Here it is. That's what I was going through all by myself.
Walking birth control.
Yes. Is that what you want to go through? You know, and they definitely, they're good. They're going to wait.
Well, with all the kids and the show and Price is Right, a lot on your plate. What do you do for fun? What does Gwendolyn love? What makes you happy?
Well, number one, I do love to keep in shape. I do love to keep my body in shape.
We saw that. Ooh.
Yeah. I do the best I can, you know, and
so are you saying working out is fun?
I make it fun.
Okay. Nora hates working out.
I hate working out.
Nora hates working out.
I mean, I just think that I don't say that that's my number one choice for fun, but because it is something that I want to have in my life, and I like staying in shape because I like shopping. And if I go shopping and I can't find the clothes that I like because I wasn't in shape, then I'm not going to enjoy it anymore.
Full circle. You like to shop, but in order to shop, you got to look good.
Exactly.
First world problems, everybody. I can't go shopping if I don't work out, because then I won't look good. So I have to work out so I can look good so I can shop.
I won't like the way I look, and I won't like the way I feel. And I think that women like to feel good about themselves. And that doesn't mean that you have to be a size 2, 4, whatever it is to feel good about yourself. But whatever you need to do to feel good about yourself, that's what you need to do. And that's mine. So I try to always, you know, do alternative types of stuff and switch it up and change it so that I'm always interested. You know, so Segun's the next class I'm going to take and try to do some cycling.
No, look, I love working out. I believe in working out. Mine is purely for vanity. Health is a secondary aspect. I do it strictly for the way that I look, and then the way that women look at me. That's the only reason that I've ever worked out. Oh, but that's honest. You know, everyone says, like, oh, no, God, yeah, I love it. Like, I get that runner's high. Shut up. You do it because you like the way people look at you or the way you look in clothes, and that's okay. Yeah. That honesty of just being who you are. My question to you is, and you touched on it, that, you know, if they tell you something and they don't want you to tell Kenny, then you have to respect that. How different is your parental advice and raising than his?
He would probably give the advice that you were talking about, where you put on the chastity belt and then you close your legs and you lock them up. Yeah. His is a little bit more guarded.
That's what good fathers do.
I guess. You know, but I just feel like they should have an open door to come and feel like they can trust you, you know?
No, you can trust, you can tell me, but my advice would be put the chastity belt, just
But if they know that, they're not going to come and tell you anything. So that doesn't make any sense. To me, I just feel like keep it open. That's just not realistic. They're going to have guys that like him. They're going to have sex. It's going to happen.
It doesn't have to happen. You know? Take the abstinence pledge.
I mean, yeah, there's that choice too. You know, if you want to have that choice, then fine. But if you don't have that choice, then let's make it as safe as possible. And I'm here to say, look, if you want to go talk to the doctor, we can go talk to the doctor. Like, let's go together so you can feel supported and loved while you're figuring out what to do with your life.
Now, you're very open. You sound very open and
open.
free with the kids. Yeah. Were you raised like that? Did you have that same relationship?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
At all.
So do you think that's why you have such a different stance now?
Yeah, because I feel like I was guessing. You know, I was trying to figure it out on my own. Running into situations that I probably could have talked about. Now I'm a parent, to my parents, and I didn't because I was scared. And I was scared that they wouldn't like me anymore, or, I don't know what goes through your head as a teenager, but I just feel like I would never want my children to feel that way. And I want them to know that they're safe. Like, they don't have to feel like that. They don't have to feel like they're going to be rejected or judged or, put in the basement or something if they say what really goes on,
How do you keep it real with the lifestyle that you're now giving them? Because from watching Meet the Smiths, it's this big, beautiful house with all of this space and all of these opportunities, and your kids are into so many things, whether it be college or music or sports. How do you still keep them grounded?
I make sure that they understand that their life is not the regular, and that they should be grateful that, you know, we do have people to help us clean our house, but I don't hire people to help me clean my house if I don't know how to clean my house, because it doesn't make sense to me if you have somebody cleaning a toilet and you don't know if it's clean because you've never cleaned a toilet before. You know, that I take it there. You know, you guys need to understand what it really is. I mean, I feel like there are a lot of CEOs out there who have their sons or daughters trained from the bottom up. And I respect that fully, because when they get to the top, they understand how it was built, how it got here. That is the same way in a household. You know, it's like it didn't just happen. You know, your mom and your dad got together and they worked very hard to make sure that we could have this for you from when you were born to today and for the future. We want to make sure that you have a great future, and you need to learn that too.
Yeah, that sounds good coming from you, but don't you think that your husband just spoils them rotten and has forgotten where he came from?
And that's why I'm here.
Okay, because he claims, you know, Queens, New York, and I'm tough and rough, and lives in Encino in a big house, and on TV. Like I honestly, from the outsider watching, I would say that Kenny Smith has lost his roots. He's lost his way and has spoiled.
Shots fired.
Well,
wow.
Yeah, because
allegations.
Because when you watch the show and you see all of the things that he's claiming, it seems that you're the one who has to snatch him back into reality.
Yeah.
That has to, you know, enforce the discipline.
Yes.
How do you feel sometimes being stepmom enforcing the discipline, sometimes being mean mom and the kids run to dad, that you have to wear the black hat or you have to be the bad guy when all he wants to do is be loved and yay, let's
Disneyland dad.
I know.
That's what we call him. Disneyland dad.
Yeah. No, I've had to tell him from a long time ago. I mean, I'm very straightforward with my feelings, and I try to be as clear as possible. But I had to tell him that you can't do that, because then I'm just talking for no reason. So if you have to respect what I'm saying first for them to respect it, you know? And although he may not be the person that actually, you know, says what it's going to be, he does support what I say. And yeah, I've had a conversation with him, you know, when we were first together and the kids were spilling stuff all over the carpet and this and that. And, you know, he's going to hate me for saying this, but you guys are going to love it.
Love it.
I'm like, Kenny, your knees hurt sometimes. We know. We watch you walking up to that screen, okay?
Wow.
And they don't hurt from nothing. You worked hard on those knees. You got 2 rings from those knees in the NBA all those years. This is why we have a beautiful house with beautiful carpet. And you can't just let those children treat it like it's not. Like, the whole thing comes full circle back to where you're at. And they need to care about that. So you need to tell them.
But in Kenny's defense, isn't that why we as parents work so hard? Because we want to give our kids all these things and all these opportunities?
Absolutely. But I think that you should give them the opportunities and all of it with the reasoning behind how it got there, and how, you know, because otherwise they won't know how to do it again for their family.
Because you both have very humble beginnings. You both, you know, you grew up in Miami, and Kenny
and Bath,
from New York.
And Bath, England, in between Miami and Bath. And both parents, I came from a divorced family, going back and forth between England and America. And my mom was a nurse. My dad was a social worker. Nobody was, you know, rich or making huge paychecks. Everybody had to learn how to take care of each other, you know. And that's another thing I do instill in them too, is as there's 3 older children and then the 2 younger ones, the minute I get a side eye because I'm asking one of the older ones to take care of one of the younger ones, oh, you're in trouble. Because you know what? You don't have to do it that often. And there are a lot of kids out there that have to do it every day in order for their parents to be able to go to work.
Yeah, so, I agree with Gwendolyn. Kid, yes. But I agree with Gwendolyn because, I tell parents how to raise their kids on a daily basis.
Because you have no kids.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't have any kids, but I have built a career telling parents how to raise their kids. And my whole thing is, you can't give your kids everything you never had and none of the things that you did. And when you have parents that have become successes, you know, when your daughter can see you on TV every week, when your son can see there's mommy on TV, when they can go into work with you and it's Price is Right and it's bright lights and it's, you know, Drew Carey over here and mom looks like this, you know, 7-foot statue on stage doing these wonderful things. They may lose some of the, when you come home and you're like, pick up your toys, and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to pick up my toys. So you almost have to sometimes be even harder on kids with privilege, because they don't, you know what I mean? They don't experience. They go to really fancy schools.
They don't understand their privilege. That's just life to them.
Right. Exactly. So, you know, it's definitely my duty to make sure that the bridge is there and that they realize that it is not just going to happen. You have to build it. And we do teach them that you can dream and you can create dreams and all kinds of things, but you have to work hard if you want to make them happen.
What was your favorite moment on Meet the Smiths?
Oh, I loved the part when I got to go into the closet and curse, you know, because I got to actually do it again and again and again. And so, you know, I get to let out all my steam of what I'm holding in my closet. And I love that.
Kenny seemed to have a problem with you doing that.
Oh, because he doesn't ever swear or curse, ever.
Which is so funny on camera that he says he doesn't, but off camera, like a sailor.
No, he's
just
not.
throwing F-bombs.
No, he's
left
not.
and right.
Not
Stop
Segun.
it, Segun.
No, he's not. He's
All
not.
right.
I've never heard him curse.
Really?
No.
What street basketball player from New York do you
I
know
mean, he may
English
curse
all
when
the
he's
time?
playing on the court, you know, but he's not. He does not. I can't even say, oh, can I say it on here?
Yeah, you can.
I can't say, oh, shit.
Let it out like you're in the closet, girl.
Shit.
Go for it.
You're not allowed to say that in the house?
I mean, not really. No.
Oh, he gets mad about
Well,
that?
there's
He doesn't
5
like
kids
it.
there too, Segun.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
fine. Listen.
Do you want baby's first word to be shit?
Yeah.
Actually, I think one of the baby's first words was Segun, so that's so cool. So I have a video of London saying my name.
Speaking of Segun, Segun was on Meet the Smiths. Was that the highest
He
rated
wasn't on
episode?
there one time. I think he was on there a couple times. right?
I was on there twice. You say this like you're not on Meet the Smiths. Nora was on there.
Yes,
like,
she was.
In a Brazilian dance
Booty
class.
class.
No, my butt was on Meet the Smiths.
Please.
Yes.
I wasn't really on.
Making it clap.
Yep.
Got my
making it
ego
clap.
on.
Yeah.
No, the cool thing I would say, and I've always wanted to ask you about this, is you live a life that's very open, and you share it with your friends and your family. Does that ever come back to bite you, where the success that you've achieved now, you start to say, gosh, you know what? I got to close up. I got to close the ranks. I can't be as nice to whether it be friends or family, and maybe the success has changed who you were or who you would like to be.
No, hasn't changed me.
Okay.
If anything, it's made me more of my positives show and feel more free to be me, which is not a bad thing. You know, it's always kind of just been under wraps. So I like that.
Do you feel like now that you've done a show and people know Gwendolyn, not just Kenny Smith's wife, you have to be guarded about what you do now in your regular life? Like, you know, people are watching me more. Like, what if you just want to go out and twerk and have fun? Like, are you nervous? Like, this could make media takeout.
Mom shouldn't be twerking anyway.
Well, I can twerk, Segun.
Didn't say you can't twerk. Said mom shouldn't be twerking.
She is half Jamaican.
Yeah.
I am pretty
Didn't
sure
say
Gwendolyn
she
can
can't
twerk.
wind up. Selecta, bring back.
It's not that far from, you know, winding your waist is not that far from twerking. I'll tell you that. And I'm telling you, the Jamaican kids know how to do it. It's just something you got to know how to do.
And she's got 3 kids, so her wife can do some kind of movement.
Again, mothers shouldn't be twerking.
I am so not
Oh my
true.
God.
Mothers are allowed to be sexy and move and
How do you
groove
think the
just as
kids
much
get
as
here,
anybody else.
Segun?
I
Hello.
didn't say you
Yeah.
can't be sexy. I didn't say you can't be twerking
Now,
up a storm. in
now,
the privacy
if
of
you
your own
feel
home.
like you don't feel like they should be twerking on a stage to earn their paycheck, okay, fine.
no,
I
you can
maybe
do that
understand
even.
that.
Moms can have fun too. And
But
if
moms
twerking
can
is fun to
definitely
them,
have
then what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
fun. You guys are describing fun as if twerking is. It's not. Listen. Call me old fashioned. I just don't think
I'm calling you old fashioned.
I don't think it's so.
old-fashioned.
I don't think
You're
it's
like
socially
a 70-year-old
acceptable.
man.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
So you want your future wife,
Mm-hmm.
when she has children, to just lock it all up, start wearing granny panties, no sexy outfits. She can't dance. She can't go to any clubs. She can't go to any bars and have a drink. She can't do anything.
For me, she can do that with me.
Yeah.
When I'm not there.
Oh, but
I
she
would-
can't do it when you're not there.
Absolutely not.
Yes, you belong in the 1940s.
She'll be calling us. She'll be calling us, Gwendolyn.
She's going to be getting into lots of trouble, just so you know.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
Really? I'm not looking. I'm not trying to say don't have fun, and I get it. I get it. Be fun. Be sexy. Be fun. But when you say twerking and you see,
So you're saying you don't like Amber Rose?
Oh, don't even get me started. You know, Amber Rose, the Kardashian, let's not go into that realm.
But that's the extreme. Because I mean, her life is about that.
That's her. That's what she supports. She loves the.
I support women being women. If that's what makes her happy, that's what helps her.
Mean? I support women being women.
That's Amber being Amber. How can we tell Amber, because I believe this, Amber, you shouldn't do that? No, because you have a kid, you shouldn't do that. She's still Amber Rose.
I think it sets a bad precedent for women and for girls, because I think that it makes men and other people objectify the women and forget what they have to say and only look at what they can do.
So we're shaming the woman. So it's the woman's fault because the men's looking.
No, it's not about shaming, but it's about asking. If you are a talented, smart, accomplished, beautiful woman, and for the longest time, all anyone ever focused on was the way you looked, and didn't care much about what you've said. And now it's like, oh my God, she has so much to say and I want to hear it. And it's great. If you only continued on one path, if you only showed them one thing, that's all they're going to treat you as. Meet the Smiths has shown the world that Gwendolyn is funny and smart and has all these different things to offer. That's why I'm saying the twerking and the dancing and the Amber Roses of the world, we don't care what they have to say. So there's a time.
But she has over 1 million followers.
There are plenty of people that do care. Yeah.
1 million
She has
followers.
a voice.
Come on, Ratchet and Crazy sell faster.
Well, she's working it.
She still has a voice.
Yeah.
But it's you can have a voice.
You don't agree with it, but it doesn't mean it's wrong for her.
No, I'm saying you can have a voice, but what are you saying? She's not uplifting people with her message.
She might be.
You follow her Twitter. You know she's not.
I don't follow her Twitter.
Okay, because she's always in a fight with Khloe Kardashian. But I stand for women doing what makes them happy. And if that makes her happy, I can't tell her, I don't believe in that, Amber. You shouldn't be doing that. I stand for women
also,
being
you
better.
never know what's part of her journey, and if her journey in doing that is helping her self-esteem and her confidence, which leads her to somewhere else, which I hear she has a book now, like that, then her next book might be something good. And you never know, like people are always on different journeys. So yes, we can't be judgmental.
Could be part of her path.
Exactly.
You know what? I hear you all, but
Brad Pitt was once a stripper.
I strongly disagree.
Channing Tatum was once a stripper.
But do you know what you don't see Channing Tatum doing? Twerking.
Yeah,
you
have
do.
you seen Magic
Hello,
Mike?
Magic Mike.
There's
1 and 2.
A nice little movie.
It's a movie that he's like executive producing, and he's telling about his life. You don't see
But that was part of his story. And the reason he's able to be an executive producer on a movie right now was because he did that and he got that as a part of an experience in his life, and he was able to portray it on screen.
But he's not on Twitter trying to break the internet talking about
He has been. I've seen it.
He's done it before.
I've got to save them my favorites.
He's just not doing it now.
You know what?
He just does it on his movie instead.
Fine. No, fine. Let these women drag you all down. Let them drag you down, because that's what they're doing.
Guilt by association.
Guilt by association.
We have different stories.
Guilt by association.
Different stories.
Guilt by association.
Okay.
Guilt. I'm just.
Hey, I have some of Amber Rose's sunglasses, and I like them. So
I saw that picture on Instagram.
Yeah.
Which was rather bothersome. I was upset that you had those.
Oh, I'm sorry, but they look good. So well done for her. Coming out with some sunglasses that work. Hey, it's part of her journey.
Boo boo kitty.
So what's next on the Gwendolyn journey? That
would be sidetracked. Because y'all wanted to dive on me and talk about women can do whatever they want to do.
And then you were left with nothing to say, which we love.
I had a lot to say, but it's about
I definitely am working on, my brand, making sure that I continue working on getting our season 2 for Meet the Smiths. I want, people to know that I'm a positive mother and wife and person, and just be a great role model to other women, and not really just women, just for people to believe. I mean, we talk about the American dream, and I believe that, I am a good example of the American dream. I've come over here and I've done very well for myself and been successful. I've not held anything back. I've definitely put it all out there. And
so there's another little show, another reality show called Basketball Wives, and you are a basketball wife, but you seem very different from the ones portrayed in that.
Because she's not ratchet, because that's the Amber Rose ratchet basketball wife. It should be called basketball jump-offs and basketball groupies, because a lot of them aren't even married to basketball players. That's. Thank you.
The
Thank
shade,
you for
the king of shade.
No, because this is a real basketball wife and a real wife and mother. Those women are like just ratchet.
Okay, well, to be fair,
Don't defend
My husband was not playing basketball when we got together. He had retired and was now moving into the commentating part of the industry, right?
True.
So I have not been in the world where, my husband's coming off the court and he's being interviewed with all these people and all of that comes with that. I haven't. And, he's also a little older and a little bit more wiser and has had experience in life and was able to appreciate me more and show me more appreciation. And that makes a difference in a marriage as well. So I don't know. Maybe in another life I would have been on Basketball Wives, but in this life,
don't ever say that.
I'm on Meet the Smiths.
So in reality, are Basketball Wives more like that reality show?
Well, I'd have to agree with Segun with the fact that there weren't very many Basketball Wives on there. I mean, I think it was more about the drama that surrounds basketball and what goes on and the people who want to be basketball wives or, are just around that area. But I don't know if I would say that that's how they are. Because I know quite a few basketball wives that are great. They're respectable. They have their own foundations.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
And help one another. Tracy Morning, love her. Alonzo Morning,
don't talk about Alonzo. Alonzo Morning is also retired and respectable, and his wife is great.
Yeah, but they've been together a really long time, and she's been with him while he was playing, and she's still with him now, and she's Honey Child. Her foundation is amazing. It's actually helped a cousin of mine. She doesn't even know that. So I know that there's definitely positive images out there.
Well, let's kudos to those positive images and all of that.
Would you watch a television show about positive images? Probably not. If
I watched
Basketball Wives positive images is not probably going to be as interesting.
Meet the Smiths was about positivity.
Meet the Smiths is about a family that,
positive.
We're working with all of our challenges within the family, and we have, teenagers and people that are going out for music careers. Caleb Rihanna's song Honest is out right now. That's our eldest.
On the radio.
Yeah, it's out right now. It's on iTunes. You can buy it. And she's doing media tours for that. And so we're a completely different dynamic. It's not just about basketball. It's about Malloy as well. And Malloy's massive personality for a 6-year-old and how he sees life. His interesting moments of his analogies of life.
King Malloy.
Yeah.
Who runs the house.
Yeah.
So where can people find you? Where do we go to see everything Gwendolyn?
You can find me at GwendolynOsborneSmith.com.
Okay, that's the website, GwendolynOsborneSmith.com.
And at Mrs. Gwenny Smith with 2 N's, an I and an E. And that is on Instagram, Twitter, and what else is there? Oh, Snapchat.
Yeah, I was about to say, ask Nora.
We love Snapchat.
Snapchat queen.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're posting uplifting messages, or you just posting like, look how
she responds back. She responds back on Twitter, on social media.
I respond to everybody, and I post whatever,
like a lot of pictures about how much better your life is than other people's.
Oh well, if that's how you want to view it, that's not what I'm saying.
I mean,
not always, Like this morning, trying to deal with vomit from one child and trying to keep another one away from the other one so they don't start vomiting. That's not always about being a better life, So, there we go. That's about real motherhood, having oatmeal thrown on you and things like that when you're trying to rush out to get to school in the morning, Those are all relatable things.
Real problems.
Wait. We can't send off yet because I know Gwendolyn sings as well. You can't come in the studio and not sing for us.
What would you like me to sing?
What do you want to sing?
You're here, I'm pleased. I really dig your company. Your style, your smile, your peace mentality. Is that enough?
Was that enough for you, Nora?
I like it.
I like it. When is your album coming out?
Hey, it's like in the works.
Okay.
I'm in the studio. I'm trying to fit it in whenever I can.
Exactly. In between everything else.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
We want to say thank you always for coming out, sharing the experience of Meet the Smiths, reality show, but also the work that you're doing with these single moms, I think is just outstanding. And
thank you.
For the way you look and the way you sound and all your talent and all of the television stuff, I don't think people might give you the credit for the humanitarian stuff that you're doing and taking the time out of a very, very busy schedule. One, to have always been a friend of mine and Nora's and the Wired In with Segun show, but also just giving back to the community. I think you should be commended for that. Oh, see,
Segun just wants to get back on season 2.
I do. I do want a spinoff of Meet the Smiths, of Meet the Segun in the Meet the
Maybe we need to do, Wired In with Segun on Meet the Smiths.
There we go. All right, everybody. Wired In with Segun for my beautiful co-host, a hot mama Nora, and our incredible, exceptional mother, spokesmodel, actress, singer, wife, conglomerate, multi-corp. She's
twerker.
She's
yeah, man.
She's Jamaican. She is running the show, and we're just happy to watch. Wired In with Segun.
Ready? Twerk.